you're being lied to about your steak, and it's costing you more than just money. Most beef in the US isn't what the label says it is. In fact, less than 4% is truly grass-fed from start to finish. So, what's really going on? Let's pull back the curtain. It all starts with a loophole so big you could drive a cattle truck through it. In 2016, the USDA quietly dropped its official definition of grass-fed. That means companies can slap the term on a label, even if the cow only ate grass for part of its life. Here's how they get away with it. Almost all US cows start on grass. But in the last 3 to 6 months, over 90% are shipped to feedlots and fattened on grain. And yet, the package can still say grass-fed, but the deception doesn't stop there. Until 2024, beef from Australia or Brazil could be labeled product of USA just for being repackaged here. Thanks to new rules, that loophole is finally closed, but imported beef can still hide behind vague terms like packed in the USA. So what actually happens when a cow leaves the pasture? This is where the real story and the real risk to your health begins. Here's what the meat industry doesn't advertise. While nearly all cattle start on grass, over 90% spend their final months in feedlots eating a grain-heavy diet. And it's not just any grain, it's often distillers' grains, DDGS, the ethanol industry's leftover byproduct, cheap, calorie-dense, and perfect for rapid weight gain. But this growth spurt gets a chemical assist. Most feedlots use antibiotics like monensin, not to treat disease, but to boost growth rates by up to 15% and help cows digest unnatural amounts of starch. Some even add beta agonists like ractopamine drugs that mimic adrenaline to force extra muscle growth weeks before slaughter. Why should you care? Beta agonists are banned in 160-plus countries, including China and Europe, over potential human health risks. And that grain diet? It halves the omega-3s found in grass-finished beef while increasing inflammatory omega-6s. The steak you think you're buying, it's not the same nature designed. Now that you know what happens behind the scenes, let's break down how to spot the real thing and avoid paying extra for an empty label. If you want the real thing, you have to look beyond the big green grass-fed label. The first step, read the fine print. True grass-finished beef often says 100% grass-fed or grass-finished. If it only says grass-fed, it could still be grain-finished. Second, check for certifications. Labels like American Grass-Fed Association, AGA, or Certified Grass-Fed by AGW have strict standards. These programs require cows to be pasture-raised and never fed grain. Third, trust your eyes. Grass-finished beef usually has a darker red color and fat that's slightly yellow thanks to beta-carotene from the grass. Grain-fed beef tends to have brighter white fat and lighter colored meat. Finally, know your source. Farmers markets, local ranchers, and small butcher shops often know exactly how the cattle were raised. Ask them directly. If they can't answer, that's a red flag. Let's say you see 2 ribeye steaks at the store. One is bright red with snow-white fat and says grass-fed with no certifications. The other is darker red with yellowish fat, labeled 100% grass-fed and grass-finished with an AGA seal. Even if it costs a little more, the second one is far more likely to be the real deal. But even if you find true grass-finished beef, is it really worth the price? let's compare the benefits side by side. So why does grass-finished beef get so much attention? First, nutrition. Studies show grass-finished beef has higher omega-3 fatty acids, more antioxidants like vitamin E, and up to 5 times more CLA, a fat linked to better heart health and reduced inflammation. Second, the fat quality. That yellow tint isn't a flaw, it's beta-carotene, the same nutrient that makes carrots orange. It's a sign the cow's diet came from real grass, not grain. Third, environmental impact. Grass-finished cattle stay on pasture longer, which can help build healthy soil and improve carbon storage. Feedlot operations, by contrast, require large amounts of grain, water, and energy to run. And of course, taste. Grass-finished beef has a richer, sometimes more complex flavor. Some call it earthy or slightly sweet. Grain-fed beef is often milder, but that's because it's higher in fat from rapid feeding. Example, think of it like coffee. Mass-produced instant coffee is quick and consistent. But small-batch, single-origin coffee has layers of flavor you just can't fake. Grass-finished beef is the same. It's the slow, careful process that creates the difference. Now you know the difference, the benefits, and the signs to look for. Let's wrap it up with the one takeaway you should remember next time you buy beef. At the end of the day, labels can be tricky, and marketing can be misleading. But now, you know how to tell the difference between grain-finished beef with a grass-fed sticker and the real 100% grass-finished deal. Remember, read the fine print, look for trusted certifications, and check the meat's color. When you find genuine grass-finished beef, you're getting more nutrients, better flavor, and supporting farming methods that care for the land. And here's the key: you vote with your wallet. Every time you choose the real thing, you send a message to producers, and that's how change happens. Next time you're at the store or farmer's market, put your new skills to the test. Don't just buy beef, choose better beef. If this helped you spot the difference, hit the like button and share it with a friend who loves steak. And for more food truth videos, subscribe so you don't miss the next one.